this video, we're going to talk about star-rated female singers, the absolute goddesses of singing. So what is a star-rated singer? Star-rated singer is vocally what we can call a perfect singer whose natural gift and vocal quality are top-notch, who in prime had incredible technical proficiency, marked by performance consistency and intonation accuracy, and as well as musicality. Of course, there's no singer who doesn't have a weaker spot, and on the end of a day, there are all different singers with different techniques suitable, right or appropriate for the music genre and singing style they have. Aretha Franklin. Powerful and passionate voice, which is grounded in a gospel tradition. Both a technical and emotional singer, Aretha Franklin is able to execute complicated riffs and runs from top of the range to the bottom of the range, and as well hold longer notes with ease. Aretha Franklin has a well-connected range that appears to sound easily accessible at the top and the bottom. The lower range is thick and weighty with dark coloring and slightly smoky timbre. The belting range is incredibly elastic and powerful, having been known to hit D6. This part of the range is recognizable and associated to Aretha Franklin due in part to its quick vibrato. Flexibility and ease in this part of range, Aretha is almost second to none. Beyonce, a technical singer who has trained her voice into one of the strongest in the industry. Her incredible vocal flexibility allows her to execute accurate and extremely quick vocal acrobatics in all the registers. In addition, her exceptional breath and core support means that Beyonce can hold notes and sing long phrases and dance with little decline in vocal quality. She also has amazing vibrato, which is considered to be one of the best in the business. She often adds this to the polished notes and excludes shrillness that may be present, favoring head-dominant mix. In the fifth octave, the produced tone is clear and slightly metallic. Her head voice is perhaps the most interesting part of her instrument. It can sound light and airy or strong and resonant. Ella Fitzgerald. She was known for her purity of tone, impeccable diction, perfect phrasing, intonation, and improvisational abilities. She was instrumental in developing scat singing, using her voice like an instrument, mimicking the sound of the horn section. Her pitch was so perfect that the entire orchestra would tone to her pitch. She was able to go from crystal clear high belt to an airy whisper within a syllable. She had a gorgeous low register and piercing high notes. The most impressive thing about her singing are her ornamentation and her unique and rare usage of perfect instrument-like trills. Whitney Houston. The timbre of Whitney Houston's voice is her crowning glory, thick, luscious, and rich. Her mid-range is where she has immense power and is famed for her powerful, dark, and emotional belting at the top of this part of range. The higher chest notes have metallic tone. Her head voice on its own is thick, warm with extreme resonance, and is almost operatic. Whitney Houston is famed for having brought melisma and vocal runs to the masses, and it's no surprise that her voice is able to execute incredibly fast and complicated runs with accuracy and stamina to hold notes for a long time without wavering in a pitch. Her trademark vibrato, along with a mid-range belt and thick head voice, is one of the iconic parts of her remarkable voice. Barbra Streisand. Meticulous control can be heard on every note, no matter how low or high and no matter what dynamic. Her control implies excellent support, breath control, and understanding of her voice, which explain the longevity and the instrument in her throat. Her mid-range is warm and rounded with a beautiful easiness to it. There is no harshness to be found in her voice. In fact, a slight haze can be heard on its edges, giving her voice a beautiful texture. Even where she chooses to add more decisive ring to the notes by switching to more nasal placement, her voice still retains a pure tone. She is famed for holding immensely long notes. Patti LaBelle. Patti is known for her explosive, powerful, and incredibly emotional singing voice. Considering the natural power that lies behind her instrument, it shows the great skill, control, and restraint she has as a singer. In the mid-range, Patti's voice becomes fuller, more dynamic, and she has a distinctive sound. This part of her voice is entirely unique to her instrument and powerful enough to cut through the entire orchestra, but is typically deeper and much bigger compared to the other sopranos. Her head voice and upper range is where Patti displays her skill and vocal supremacy. In this area, including the belting range, is incredibly powerful and elastic. Mariah Carey. Her vocal dynamics are second to none, able to go from clear, high octave belt to an airy whisper. Her low and high notes are complemented by an uncanny ability to pitch an exact note without the need of riffs and runs or slides. When she uses those, they are incredibly accurate and always sympathetic to the song's key signature, tempo and style. It's a skill that can be heard in every registers of hers. Mariah Carey's lower range is dark and heavy and beautiful, and a head voice and whistle register are easily accessible. Both can have their timbre modified depending on what is artistically required, being either fuller and piercing or soft, or her signature thing, airier. She's famed for complex usage of whistle register. Lisa Fischer, a true vocal acrobat among singers. Lisa is a brilliant and talented vocalist in her own right, and her various live performances over the years showcase her voice as both amazingly flexible and consistent. Her 90s performances showcase her strong upper register, frequently flipping with an ease between a beautiful, almost whistle-like clear and high head voice with a strong 5th octave belting. Even in her 60s, her confidence in her high notes is strong as ever, and now she sings more frequently in her smoldering lower register. You may not consider Lisa an immediate choice for truly breathtaking vocalist in the same vein as, for example, Whitney Houston or Patti LaBelle, but considering her vocal brilliance, live consistency and her longevity, she's definitely up there with the greats. LARA Fabian. She's known for her emotional and powerful singing, as well as her amazing resonance. In her singing, we can notice very open throat and that she keeps her mouth in shape correct for maximum projection. She has resonance, ease and near perfect pitch. Lower register is supported and she reaches low notes in a healthy and correct way. She has a great placement and never raises her larynx. She nearly has no technical regression over the years because of her amazing technique, and she's, in my opinion, a vocalist-like combination between Celine Dion and STREISAND, although we can hear a lot of breath in her belting at times, and in truth is that she can belt for days. Celine Dion. Celine Dion is a technical singer who has great understanding of vocal placement, support and projection. With this knowledge comes the ability to sing extremely complicated riffs and runs with a speed and pinpoint accuracy. It is also responsible for her ability to hold long notes perfectly on pitch without any wavering, better than most of singers. Celine Dion's lower range is dark and slightly raspy but well supported, and she uses a very healthy technique. Her mid-range can be warm and slightly airy with an easy lyrical quality that can be soft and sweet, and it leads with such an ease to her strong, clear belting range. Celine Dion's head voice alone is fully strong with amazing control, even though she doesn't use it very often.
If you like this video, be sure to subscribe, follow me on my Instagram account and support our channel by becoming a patron on Patreon, and with a bunch of rewards help us creating together a great content with your favorite artists. Bye!